Hello, welcome to Pilates for Desk Workers. This is your first full class of the week. Coming onto your back onto the mat. So we're going to be lying down, feet are hip width apart. I'm just going to shuffle down a little bit. Okay. Before you start, just noticing how you feel lying onto your back. So if you've been seated and you've been stuck in a position for the whole day long, just noticing how you feel lying down. We're just going to rock the pelvis, arch the back, and then flatten down, noticing how it feels. As you're doing it, is there a position you like better? So do you like extension, which is sticking the bum out? Or is there flexion, which is the imprint? Just notice, stretch it out. Just take a few breaths just to settle in. And then you're going to find your neutral position, which is just between the 2 points. You'll find yourself with a little gap between your back and the floor and a flat surface between the hips at the front. Once you're there, we're going to actively bring ourselves into an imprint, which is where we flatten our back down into the mat. You're going to lift one leg up to a tabletop, then the other, and we're going to come into our toe taps. So we're going to take a breath. As you breathe out, you're slowly lowering one toe down and then inhale back up. Exhale to lower. Inhale back up. Just noticing you're only going as low as you can keep your back still. Starting to fire up the abs there, the lower abs especially, and always in control. Well done, everyone. Should feel quite nice just to get moving. You can do one more time each side. And then we're going to go straight on to adding on. We're going to squeeze the legs together. We're actually going to do 2 toe taps down together. So exhale to lower. Exhale to lower. And then we're going to do a lengthening. So it's a single leg stretch. 2 of those. Then we're going to bring the legs together and we're going to lengthen both legs at the same time. So we're going to come into our tabletop. We're going to toe tap down one side, then the other. Then we're going to squeeze the legs together and do doubles. As I'm doing this, I'm in complete control of where my back is. Then we're going to lengthen one leg away and then bringing it back. And then we're going to bring both legs together. Breathing out as you lengthen. We'll do this one more time. Exhale to lower. Then legs together. Squeeze the legs together because inner thighs help abs. And then we're going to do our single leg stretch, lengthening one leg away. So the lower abs should be firing up now. It feels quite nice. And then exhale. I say nice because I do like that feeling of feeling my muscles working. Maybe you're thinking, what have I got in store for me? And then hugging the knees into the chest. Well done. Just doing a little roll from side to side. Well done. And then release it, bringing your feet back down to the mat. Big toe, little toes on the floor, coming into a hip roll now. So we're going to take a breath. As we breathe out, we flatten our back, squeeze the glutes and lengthen all the way up. Taking a deep breath in here. And then rolling back down again, bone by bone by bone. Really trying to massage out that back. Anything that feels tight. As you're moving, you're just going slowly into it. You don't have to go the same speed as what I'm doing. You can do 2 more. Now, if you're getting cramped, just come down and stretch it out. But what we're trying to do is fire up the glutes before the hamstrings. So really do squeeze the glutes as you're doing this. You've got 1 more to go. Well done, everyone. Just get that back moving, mobilizing that spine. And then on this one, we're going to curl all the way up. So we're going to curl all the way up and we're going to stay there. We're going to keep our ribs lower than our hips. So as we're here, you can have a little look, just check. You don't want to be in a flared rib position like this. So you want to feel that your ribs are lower than the hips here. You're going to bring your arms up in front of your face. And when you're ready, we're going to breathe out as we scissor one arm back and one arm down. You're going to exhale to scissor and inhale to come back. Just keep squeezing the glutes here. So my bum is working. And that's working to keep the hip flexors nice and long. You've been sat at a desk all day, so we want to open up the front of the body here, work the back of the body. You've got 1 more to go each side. Do make sure you even up. And then once you have evened up, you're going to curl all the way back down, bone by bone by bone. Enjoy that stretch. Good. And release it. Lovely work. Okay, we're going to come onto the side of the body now. I'm just going to change my clip. So coming onto the side of the body, you will recognize this one. It's slightly different, but we're coming into a spinal rotation. So I'm relaxing my head into my arm. This time, I'm going to put my hand just by my ear here. I'm not holding on, I'm not yanking, it's just relaxed. Well, I'm going to try and open up my chest here. So I'm trying to get that extension across the chest, especially if I've been flexed over a desk or typing a lot today. You're going to inhale as you start to come up. Exhale now to reach away. Now my head's relaxed in my arm and I've got that stretch going across the chest and my mid-back. You take a breath here and then you bring it back round. Inhale as you start to come up. Exhale to reach away. So as I'm doing this, I'm feeling that it feels quite nice. In Pilates, you never want a movement that you feel like, oh, that's not good. You want to feel that actually, no, my body needs this. So if you have gone too far anytime, just take it back and feel that as you're doing it, you're putting back into your body. Now you're going to stay there, take a breath, and then bringing it back round.